and welcome to another episode of Locking Down with
And me, Rosie. Hello, everybody. Thank you so much for tuning in.
Yes, guys, thank you for watching. We love doing this show. A massive shout out to IBM.tv. Thank you for having us on the show Happen and Come Alive. So a lot of things have been changing in the world, right?
Yeah, Della, so much has changed. Very funny.
Well, why is it scary?
Oh, like you just said, there's so much change.
Okay, yeah, exactly. But why is that scary for you?
Well, I don't like change.
Okay, why?
Well, I don't change.
Don't you?
No, dear, I wear the same dress all the time.
You know what? You are right. So I can see. Why would you want to? Sorry, my screen just went blank, but that's all good.
Yeah, I was panicking there. You see, change, and I don't like change.
So guys, if you have any questions, comments, please drop us a message below, comment, and we can chat with you and see what's up. So yeah, we are here. We've been here throughout lockdown, and we hope that you've been enjoying our show.
Well, I have. I've been enjoying nice show.
Our show?
Nice show.
Our show.
Nice show.
Our show.
Nice show.
Our show.
Nice show.
Rosie, we've like spent the whole season going through this. This is our show.
But I'm the best at it. I'm the fantastic host.
You are a very good host, Rosie, but this is our show. You and I work best as a team.
No, I work better alone.
If you say so. So guys, we want to know, what have you been doing throughout lockdown? How's it been? What have been your favorite moments?
Well, I know what nice thing.
Are your favorite? Really?
Yeah, we've been making a lot of videos.
Yeah, we have. It's been really, really fun.
Yeah, you know what I don't like?
You don't like a lot of things today. What don't you like?
I don't like the fact that I can't travel.
I'm sorry.
Do you know what I do like?
What do you like?
I like traveling. I don't like the security though.
Well, why?
It's just scary.
Okay. Well, I mean, security at airport is, it's good. They check your bags.
Exactly, Della. I'm always in your bag. They check me.
They do check you. I'm sorry.
It's very stressful, I don't want people touching me.
I'm sorry about that. Why don't you like dogs?
They think I'm a chew toy.
Okay.
Yeah, I do miss traveling.
You know, Rosie, I miss traveling too. But remember, you just said we've been creating.
Yeah, we have.
And what have we learned?
That's hard.
Okay, what else have we learned?
It takes a lot of time.
Okay, and what about you can go anywhere with your imagination? We've learned that.
Yeah, you can go
anywhere.
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 Even space.
Rosie, even space. Tuned, let's go to outer space. How exciting.
Are you really gonna go? Let's go.
Rosie is my puppet.
It just takes a long
Yellow. I wait and trace.
time to get to space.
We both say hello.
Hello and welcome back to Around the World with Isabella Jane and me, Rosie. Della,
yes, Rosie.
These adventures have been out of this world. You know that?
Really, Rosie, I'm so glad you think so, because today we are going somewhere out of this world.
Isn't that amazing?
Is that amazing?
Oh, then let's go. Oh.
Whoa.
Where are we today?
Rosie, with just our imaginations, as you can see, I'm wearing my NASA cap because we're in the galaxy.
In the galaxy?
Yep, we are in the galaxy.
You mean we're in space?
Yes, we're in space.
Oh. There's a lot of space in space.
Yep, it's massive, Rosie. Did you know that there are millions and millions of galaxies?
This is just one galaxy?
This is just one galaxy, Rosie.
How many are there?
There are so many. You have dwarf galaxies, which can have about 10 million stars. Then you can have big galaxies, which have like 100 trillion stars.
100 trillion? That's not even a real number.
No, that is a real number, Rosie. That's how many stars there can be in an actual galaxy.
Wow, that's amazing. But our galaxy is the nicest, isn't it?
Well, it's the only galaxy we've really been able to explore.
You're right. And there's the Milky Way and all the planets, like Mercury, Neptune, Saturn, Jupiter, Pluto. He's in a Disney film too.
No, that's the dog. That's not the planet.
And we have Earth.
Yeah, we've definitely got Earth. You see, it's right there. Check that out from this view.
That's amazing. I want to go to space.
Really?
Yeah, I'd love to go to space.
Then I think we should make that happen. I think we're gonna go to space, guys. You've seen it here first. Rosie and I will be going to space one day or another. So Rosie, here we are on the planet Mars.
Mars? Like a Mars star?
Not like a Mars bar, Rosie. We're on a planet right now. We're on the planet that is fourth from the sun, just after Earth. I mean, look at this. We're on a real planet.
It's very red.
Yes, that's actually how it got its name. It was named after the Greek god Ars, because he was the god of war. So they thought because this is a red planet, they would call it Mars.
But his name was Ars, not Nas.
Mars just sounds cooler for a planet. I mean, imagine if you were like, oh look, there's Earth and then Ars.
They're like a pirate's planet.
A pirate planet. That's quite cool.
Yeah, if we went to space, we could be space pirates.
Or astronauts.
Oh, that's a nicer name. Yeah, an astronaut. That's clever. Did you come up with that?
No, Rosie. That's what people who go to space are called. They're called astronauts. And they have those cool big white suits with the head thing.
Like Darth Vader.
Just like Darth Vader. In fact, Star Wars, I bet you guys didn't know this one, was based on the stars, the galaxy.
Sure. My goodness. So what other planets are there?
Rosie, there are plenty of planets. You named a few earlier, and one of the coolest ones is Saturn with the rings around it. But actually, a little unknown fact is the planet Uranus also has little rings around it.
That happens when you sit on the toilet too long.
So Uranus was the first planet ever seen with the naked eye.
The naked!
So Rosie, there was actually a Greek god called Uranus, and he was the god of the sky.
Who on earth would name someone or something Uranus? That's so funny, Della.
It's quite funny.
Della, Della, there was a recent discovery.
Okay.
Well, it was actually quite a long time ago. I think I told you a long time ago. When we just met, I told you this, that scientists discovered a hole in Uranus. An actual hole in the planet.
Okay.
Yeah, interesting, hey?
Very, very interesting.
Della,
Yes, Rosie.
being here in the galaxy, Della,
Yes, Rosie.
I think being here in the galaxy is quite humbling.
It is very humbling, Rosie. I mean, look how big and massive and beautiful this is. All of this has just been created and thought out so specifically. It's incredible. Really, really is.
So I do think that, I feel a little bit insignificant.
No, Rosie, I think you should feel the complete opposite, because look at how much detail is put into all of this. Imagine how much time that must take.
Yeah,
So the fact that you're even here, Rosie, don't you think that's kind of amazing? That much time was put into you too? Because as many stars there are, like hundreds of trillions, remember that number right in the beginning?
yeah.
That's how many cells, and more how many cells we have in our body. So even more time was put into us.
I never thought about it that way.
So Rosie, whenever you do feel a little bit down, remember how massive the universe is and how much time was put into that and how much time was put into you. Whenever life gets you down, Rosie, and things seem hard or tough, and people are stupid, obnoxious, or daft,
And I feel like I've had quite enough.
just remember that you're standing on a planet that's evolving and revolving at 900 miles an hour. That's orbiting at 19 miles a second.
So it's reckoned.
The sun that is the source of all our power. The sun, you and me,
And all the stars that we can see
are moving at 1,000,000 miles a day in an outer spiral arm at 40,000 miles an hour in the galaxy we call
the Milky Way. I just don't understand. I like that episode, by the way. It was a great episode. It was so fun to make. It was. I just don't understand
what?
why
What?
we weren't floating.
What do you mean why we weren't floating?
Well, we were in space
Yes, we were in space.
and we weren't floating.
Well, no.
But you float in space.
Well, yes.
So then why weren't we floating?
It's a good question, Rosie, but it wasn't possible on the day. Our space experience was just different.
So we didn't get to float.
No, we didn't get to float.
That's really unfortunate.
It is, and I'm sorry that we couldn't float in space.
And you know why you float in space?
Why do you float in space?
Because of gravity.
What about gravity?
Just gravity.
Just gravity?
Yes, or the lack of.
Thank you.
It's a pleasure. I actually really enjoyed going to Stay Still. I loved going to all these places that we went to in our series around the world.
I did too.
I liked Mexico, Iceland.
Yeah, we went to a lot of places.
Nashville, Beijing.
Oh, you don't have to name all of them.
Tokyo.
Okay.
Kimberley.
Yes.
Cape Town.
Yes, right.
Johannesburg.
We live in Johannesburg.
That we also went there in our show.
Okay, Rosie, that's fantastic. But thank you guys for watching it. It was so much fun making that, wasn't it?
It was. Then Lily's got to talk about the coronavirus.
Well, we talk about the coronavirus every day, Rosie. It's getting a bit old.
That it's still so real.
It is so real.
You just got to carry on wearing your mask.
Yes, guys, please carry on wearing your masks. It's so important.
And sanitizing.
Yes.
Socially distancing.
So maybe you should socially distance.
I can't, Della.
You can socially distance.
Look, I can't. We're always together.
Well then, Rosie, that's why this is our show.
No, it's my show.
Okay, Rosie.
Including, I have a cooking show. Yes, I have a cooking show.
We are a part of a cooking show.
It's my cooking show.
It's not your cooking show.
It's my cooking show.
What's your cooking show called?
It's called Gotta Eat.
Why?
Well, because everyone's gotta eat.
That's clever.
I know. It's my cooking show.
To clarify, it's not her cooking show. Okay, it's a beautiful cooking show, and we are fortunate to be hosts on it.
You can clearly see that it's 9.
What do you mean you can clearly see? I don't even know what you mean by that.
Well, when you watch it, you can see that I understand.
Is that so?
Yes, we're gonna watch it now.
Is this just to prove a point?
Yes, Stella, to choose my point.
Hi, you're watching Gotta Eat with Isabella Jane and, of course,
Rosie, what are we making today? Because you guys have to pay attention, because she's getting really good at this stuff.
no, I'm not. I'm really just doing it. All the steps that I know is really all the steps that I do know.
That's really sad.
I know, but I'm learning as I go. So, guys, what we are doing today, we are making some quiche.
Quiche, wow, and at the end are we gonna say capiche?
Sure, that's a really good name for this episode.
Thank you, I thought of it myself.
As you do all of the things. So, guys, really, all you need is short crust pastry, bacon, feta, eggs, milk, and flour. And some salt and pepper there at the end, just to season it as you wish, I suppose.
Yeah, so what do we do now?
Well, ideally, you want to use a cookie cutter, but today we had to make a plan, and we used a glass to make some circles with our short crust pastry.
Well, that's very clever. Remember that, guys.
Exactly. Take a little rolling pin, just roll it out slightly so that we can fit it nicely into our muffin pan.
Do you know the muffin pan?
Yeah, it's right there.
What's his name? You name things, don't you?
What do you mean I name things?
Like inanimate objects.
I do. So that we don't want our crust pastry to stick, we're going to line this pan with some cooking spray. You can also, this is olive oil cooking spray. You can also just get some olive oil or some butter, pop it in there. Basically line it inside our muffin pan.
Mini quiches.
Yes, tiny, tiny baby ones. Put it in there.
The more you do, I'm sure you'll get better at it.
Yes, that is why we have 12 to go through. So, guys, the last one is going to be the one that you give to your mom, basically. It's the most impressive.
That's a good tip.
Now what we're going to do is put some fillings in. I've got some feta cheese and some bacon. We have cooked it and diced it. And that's really all you need to do. And you can put so many different fillings in. You can put butternut, spinach, whatever you really feel like. It's just a pinch of bacon.
A little bit more.
And some feta cheese. Just crumble it in there. Don't worry about getting your hands dirty. It's all part of the fun.
You can do some more.
Yes, I'm going to do 2 more. And then I'm actually going to have to put you down.
Why?
Well, I'm actually going to be whisking together our eggs, milk, and a little bit of flour, because the last thing you want is quiche topped with scrambled eggs. So just a little bit of flour to balance that whole thing out. So I've just done 3 for the example. We will carry on.
Oh, good, because I'm hungry.
You can't eat, but that's great, Rosie. So I've just done 3, and the next step, I actually need to put you down.
That's not very nice to put someone down.
Just doing it nicely. So now our next step is doing a bit of whisking. Because we are making 12 quiches, I'm going to use 3 eggs, and really you can see where you are as you go. So right now the witches are going to use these as boats. When I was a child, whenever we had eggs, we had to make holes in the bottom so that the witches wouldn't use it as a boat, because you don't want the witches to kill you in your dreams. So there you go, we're all protected, you're welcome. So there we have it, our eggs. Nice. Look how good they look. And then we're going to put some milk, really like you are making scrambled eggs. And whisk it away. You know, these chicks are feminists. Really strong, eh? Strong, independent. We're going to put a little bit of flour just to balance it out and really get that. You guys know what I'm talking about when you eat a quiche and you're like, oh, that's nice. That's what we're doing right now. So I've gone ahead and made all 12, and we've whisked up some eggs, milk, and flour. And yep, we're now going to pour it over and add some salt and pepper. Now, you don't want to fill these all the way to the top because it will all rise. I'm going to add some salt and pepper, but not too much salt. Remember, feta and in fact bacon is quite salty. It's really just a little thing. Wonderful. Now we are going to put this in the oven at 180 degrees Celsius for about 15 minutes or until the egg rises. So yeah, stay tuned.
Whoa, those came out really, really good. Are you going to try one?
I think we are. So guys, as you can see, we have cooked them. What they taste like. Let's see what it tastes like. It's quite a vibe.
Sure. Della, I mean, if you can do it.
So can you.
That was so cool, Della.
See, I love doing this cooking show.
Because you're learning how to cook. Thank goodness.
Yeah.
You know what food does to me?
Well, nothing because you can't eat.
Well, let's say I could eat.
Okay, let's say you could eat. What would food do to you?
It would make me very tired.
Oh, Rosie, you know what the best thing to do when you're tired is?
What?
Read a bedtime story. I think that's what we should do.
One where I am the star?
Well, Rosie, how about this? How about in this fairy tales video, you get to tell the story?
Oh, yes, please. I'm going to tell the story because I am the star. Let's watch. Let's watch.
Rosie is my puppet pal. Her hair is straight and yellow. And we eat treats and speak of you. And we both say hello.
Hello, I'm Rosie.
And I'm Isabella Jane, and you are watching
Fairy Tales with Rosie.
and Isabella Jane.
So, Della, what newsy and story are we doing today?
Well, Rosie, I thought today we would do a classic old tale about Rapunzel.
Oh, well, that's boring.
What do you mean that's boring? I love that story.
Yeah. I tell the old story when you can tell the new story. You know the Disney film called Tangled?
Oh, yeah, I remember that movie.
Well, you act like you don't even care.
Well, it was a great film.
It was the best film.
It was very good.
The best.
Since you're so enthusiastic, Rosie, why don't you tell the story this week then?
Fine, I will. How about you start us off though?
Once upon a time.
There was a princess,
Yes.
and her name was Rapunzel.
Okay, Rosie, it takes more than that. What happened?
Well, when she was born, then she had magical healing powers.
Well, that's amazing.
Yeah, and she could keep people young and healthy and fix all of their injuries.
Well, that's a great superpower to have. I think I would love that superpower.
Yeah, and the one condition is you can't cut her hair, otherwise she loses her powers.
All right, so then she had long hair, and she was a princess. She was a princess with long hair. Wonderful.
That's not the whole story. You see, an evil Lady Gothel kidnapped her when she was only a baby and put her into a tower that she couldn't get out of.
Oh, okay. And what happened?
Well, Rapunzel grew up believing that Gothel was actually her mother.
That's quite weird. But I mean, if she went out, she would have known that she was a princess.
But she wasn't allowed out. You see, she never ever left the castle.
That's crazy, Rosie.
It really is, Isabella.
I like you telling the stories. Okay, what happened next?
Well, there was a guy called Flynn, and he was a robber, and he stole from the castle, and he thought the best place to hide from all the people, you know, the policemen.
Yes, the policeman.
Yeah, he thought he would go and hide in this big tower where Rapunzel was.
Well, did Rapunzel get afraid when the stranger came into her tower? Because obviously she'd never had contact with anyone other than Gothel.
Well, of course she got afraid. She knocked him out with a frying pan.
So when in doubt, just get a frying pan.
Absolutely. So there she is with this prisoner, and then her and Flynn made a deal.
Rosie, I remember this part. So she made a deal with Flynn, this guy, that she would give his satchel back, which actually had stolen goods in him, if he took her and showed her the outside world.
Exactly, Della. So they went on all of these crazy adventures together, and eventually He found out that she had healing powers, and she found out that she was the princess.
Okay, this is all a little bit crazy. So did Gothel know that she was missing?
Yeah, she knew, and she was following them, and eventually she took Rapunzel back to the castle. And then when Flynn came to come and save her, Gothel hurt him so badly and he nearly died.
Is that all?
That's all I can remember.
So your ending for this is that he nearly died?
Yeah.
Well, that's not how it ended. I know how it ended. So just in time to save Rapunzel really from Gothel, Flynn cut Rapunzel's hair.
Oh, I remember now.
Yes, and then Rapunzel lost all of her powers, which means Gothel, who was actually really, really old, ended up crumbling into dirt and she was defeated. But like you said, Flynn was really badly hurt and he did nearly die.
Oh no, you see, this is just, I don't want to tell the stories again.
Well, that's not where it ended. Rapunzel was crying and she actually had some power left in her and her tears saved Flynn.
Okay, yes, now I remember. So now they went to the king and queen together and they said that she was the princess.
Yes, and then Flynn and Rapunzel ended up living happily ever after.
Well, it didn't just end there. You know, there were some fantastic songs in that movie.
There were some great, great songs.
Della, I want to sing one of the songs.
Well, since you told us the story, how about you sing us a song?
Well, you'll sing with me. I'll just choose the song.
Okay, you choose the song. Let's go.
All those days watching from the window. All those days outside looking in.
All that time, never even knowing just how blind I've been.
Now I'm here, blinking in the starlight.
Now I'm here, suddenly I see, standing here, it's all so clear, I'm where I'm meant to be. And at last I see the light, and it's like the fog has lifted.
And at last I see the light,
And it's like the sky is new, and it's warm and real and bright,
and the world has somehow shifted.
all at once. Everything looks different.
Now that I see you.
Well, guys, thank you so much. We hope that you are staying happy, healthy,
And happily ever after.
My name is Isabella Jane. This is Rosie. Stay safe.
And stay sanitized. Hi, I'm Rosie, and this is Isabella Jane. Do you want to learn ventriloquism?
Well, because you can.
Bella, isn't ventriloquism hard?
Well, Rosie, I've broken ventriloquism down into 5 practical and easy steps, and we even get to make our own sock puppet.
Wow, Bella, did you know that I'm a fantastic ventriloquist?
You are?
Yeah, I am.
Rosie, you're really good.
Do you know why?
Why?
Well, I did the 5-step guide to ventriloquism.
Well then, you guys should do it too.
Yep, do it.
Do it.
Do it.